Greetings, welcome to the Toy Boy Federation. I'm your host, Maximum Croonage, and with me, as almost always, is the one, the only, the Reverend G-Mile.
Too sweet.
Thank you for joining me, Reverend. Today we are going to be covering the one or two, the only, the outsiders, Scott Hall and Kevin Nash.
For life.
We got a couple Scott Halls.
Go ahead.
And then later, in a different review, I'm going to have some Razor Ramon. You might ask why I have so many action figures based around one man, and all I have to say is I'm a grown man, and I can do whatever I want with my money. Alrighty, cool.
All right.
So the first up is just Scott Hall. As far as the outsiders go, this is just the classic Scott Hall NWO look. Let's take a look. Alrighty, awesome. So this is another one that comes with a diorama. This one, is this the boiler room or what's this?
Yeah, I think it's the boiler room.
Yeah, it's the boiler room. Indeed. Very inspiring, of course. Let's take a look.
Already liking the figure.
I know, I already like it.
Already liking it.
It's super cool. It has my girlfriend is not a fan of the ponchos.
What?
I personally,
come on.
I love them. Personally, I want a couple of them.
I work out them every day.
Heck yeah. So it's got the infamous can of spray paint.
NWO. For life.
It's got of course a pair of shades. This is an awesome figure. Like I
like they got the pony too. Scott Hall with the pony is a good touch.
Right? Right? There's no better looking Scott Hall than Scott Hall with the ponytail.
Yeah.
I've always been of the opinion. I think the shoulder length hair always just looked good on Razor Ramon.
Yeah.
But as Scott Hall, never did it quite as much for me. We got the glasses, of course. They're not really easily positionable. Yeah. Some of the other figures, of course, have the holes in the head that you can just slide the sunglasses into, like Bret Hart, etc. So it doesn't look very cool with the sunglasses. Spray paints. Probably position it if you really wanted to. You can squeeze it into his hand if you want. I would say I'm happy that the accessories are here. They don't seem like they're like super viable in terms of like posing him with it. That aside, this is pretty much a perfect figure. Can't really say I have much to dislike about it. Looks like Scott Hall. It's a perfect head scan of him.
Yeah. It's
really cool. It's got the vest. It's not part of his actual torso. It just looks awesome. Scott Hall is super cool.
I literally can hear him saying, "Hey yo," to me right now.
Yeah. Because
it really does look like Scott Hall.
Yeah. Really cool. Super underutilized in the WCW.
Oh, tragic.
He just kind of...
Tragic.
Kind of disappears. He has that first promo where he emerges from the crowd. You know who I am. Etc., etc. Which is like super cool, super exciting. Once you actually get into it and Nash and Hall are a thing, the outsiders are a thing. My opinion, kind of overwhelming. Nash's personality kind of supersedes Hall. Nash becomes the voice of everything. He ends up booking everything in WCW. Hall kind of disappears, which is a huge shame. I love him. Love him. One of my favorites of all time. Easy top 10. Serious contender for top 5. Love the dude.
What can you say? One more for the bad guy.
Yeah.
Hey, yo. Go ahead, Hall. Oh, man. Look at that poncho. That's perfect. That's perfect workout gear right there. Scott Hall.
Getting some disapproval from behind the camera. Denied.
Nah,
this is awesome. This is super cool.
I want 20 of them.
This was actually really affordable. I got it for around $10 on Ringside Collectibles. I think on Amazon it's like $15. Really easy to get as of posting this video. There's very little argue with here. All right, so next up we have the WrestleMania one, which is Scott Hall in a kind of a generic NWO outfit, which weirdly enough, I kind of prefer the idea of the basic NWO gear for Scott Hall. I'm not crazy generally about the Outsiders gear, but kind of right off the bat, I'm a little less impressed with this one. He looks kind of puffy here. This one has the touted True FX. It's supposed to be the most accurate one, and as far as sculpt goes. Let's check it out. Okay. This one is cool because it has the interchangeable hands. I always like the options of interchangeable hands. Sometimes you don't want the dude holding a chair, etc. Comes with a crushed cinder block accessory, which is appropriate because it looks like his thighs can crush the cinder blocks. Let's get this out and take a look.
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo. Okay, cool.
Chico.
So this one doesn't have the diorama background. I don't care about it. I'm not a huge fan of that accessory. Again, has the ponytail there as opposed to having the shoulder length. You can get very easily the shoulder length hair NWO figures of him and Nash in a battle pack. I don't think those figures look good. I didn't get them, so I'm not using them for a comparison. Because to me, you have to be the most lukewarm fan or the most serious diehard completist to get one. It's either that's the only one you're gonna get, or you have to have all of them. I don't think they look good, so I'm not reviewing them. So between these two, I gotta say the Outsiders one looks a lot better.
Yeah. I also don't like his heels. His heels are kind of a little odd.
Kind of weird. Yeah, actually. The Reverend brings up a very good point, which is there's a weird amount of distance in between where the shin ends and also, wow.
It's like he's wearing Skechers onto his legs.
Yeah. It's the S.
Instead of feet, they're Skechers. Just boom.
Not a huge fan of the feet.
Yeah, it wasn't one of his best in-ring attire choices either.
And he looks kind of like Ricky Martin.
Yeah, a little bit. He got a little bit of Rico Suave going.
Yeah.
I mean, Ricky Martin, Rico Suave, he got a little something.
Yeah.
He looks like he's ready to receive one of the greatest Stone Cold Stunners of all time.
Of all time. Let's see how the interchangeable hands work.
Oh, my.
Let's see. So... kind of awesome.
It's gonna be hard to do outside his edge with no hands. Cool. That's a plus. About to go.
Yeah, pretty cool. Yeah. Actually, that's a really, really cool.
That's cool because that's him.
I would say. I would say this kind of elevates the figure. Kind of bumps it up a grade. I would say if I were to give a grade to this figure, 7 out of 10, maybe. Versus this is just a straight up 10 out of 10. This is an awesome figure. I would say if you wanted to have NWO era Scott Hall, this dude, it's a perfect likeness. This one's just a little too puffy. Alrighty, cool. So there's Scott Hall. We love you, Scott Hall.
For life.
Yeah, for life.
Holla at me, man. You cool, man.
Yeah, cool.
I want to kick it with you, bro.
Alrighty. Next up is...
oh, man.
the very leonine. The very...
even the picture on the back of his
box. Very seductive. Look at this.
Gosh.
Look at those leonine features. The man is looking at you with that come hither stare. I feel like I am getting drawn into them. Maybe it will distract from the fact that my quads are suddenly very much in pain. Very bad omen. But let's check it out. So this is the Wrestlemania line. It's a very basic figure. Let's check it out.
Big sexy Kevin Nash.
Yeah. Big Daddy Cool Cecil. This is not a figure of a man. This is a figure of a lion.
Yeah, like an old school Beauty and the Beast show. Live action. He looks like the Beast, man. You go look it up.
Yeah, this is...
Oh,
yeah,
gosh.
This is...
Oh, no. They did you wrong, Kevin.
Yeah.
But go ahead and talk about that.
Yeah. Well, the basic figure. Man, this is...
Warm water treatment.
A beast to maneuver.
I don't like how they got his hair. It looks just like cheap.
Yeah, this is not Nash's finest moment, and that's saying a lot.
It's like big sexy.
Yeah.
It's still NWO for life, though. It's still NWO for life.
We kid because we love.
Yeah.
This one is kind of a toss-up of
how much you love Nash.
Of how much you love Nash. You might as well get the battle pack with Scott Hall wearing the cheesy 90s mom jeans. Okay. So next up is one that the Reverend gave me kind of a hard time over. This one cost me $50.
Oh no.
It's a Ringside Collectibles exclusive. If you want to know why I dropped $50 for the figure, I gotta say it's for the love of the game, and apparently I never want to move out of my parents' house. Alright, cool. Let's check it out. So...
Wow. Oh, I got the poncho, okay.
Got the poncho, got the beloved NWO poncho. Let's free him from his cage. He is the mightiest in the jungle. Ladies and gentlemen, Elite Kevin Nash. Let's see what kind of accessories Aslan has. Again, as with Scott Hall, we got the notorious sunglasses. We'll see how these ones fit. We got the bottle of spray paint. We have the spray painted red title belt with NWO there, and we have the much beloved poncho. This actually is like a really, really good figure. Yeah, this is
He looked like he ready to deliver a big boot to the face,
yeah.
a power bomb or two.
Ponytail
a little loose, but
a little loose. I'm a little afraid of breaking it off. This is a solid figure. I would say, as far as your $50 action figures go, it's a pretty solid one. It's like a really good likeness too.
I like the belt.
It's a much better likeness than this basic one.
You just holding them up again just makes me angry.
So
it makes me angry.
I mean, I guess what it boils down to is, do you want to buy a $10 Kevin Nash figure, or do you want to live in your parents' house forever and ever and ever, making YouTube videos in your childhood bedroom?
I mean, at the end of the day, we're talking Kevin Nash, though, so I don't care what you do.
I made my choice.
You better box Kevin Nash official. That's a good figure. Kevin Nash, you cool with me.
Just for kicks. This thing is never going to fit on this. Convincing? Does it fit?
Yeah.
Oh, it actually stays better than that.
Actually,
okay, cool.
I stand corrected.
That's a shock.
I stand corrected.
That's a shock.
This actually fits pretty well. All right,
I do like the tassels on the side.
I do like the tassels. Let's get Hall back up here.
There we go. Hey yo.
Hey yo. Together at last. Screw it. Let's do some pros and cons. Alrighty, and now it's time for the pros and cons. Decent price point. Great sculpt. That's my dude right here. Lots of accessories. Easy to buy. Too many of these. Way better than the Outsiders Battle Pack. Wasted in WCW, and you know what I mean. Now for the Elite Wrestlemania one. It's a cooler outfit in my opinion. Sean Puffy Combs. Interchangeable hands. Cinder block crushing thighs. Still my dude. Rico Suave? Still my dude. A little pricey. Kevin Nash basic. Low price point. No accessories. Still a better sculpt than the Battle Pack. Pretty few points of articulation. The lion is the most seductive animal in the animal kingdom. You may tear your quad just looking at the figure. Elite Flashback Ringside exclusive Kevin Nash. Very realistic head sculpt. Extremely pricey. Lots of accessories and many points of articulation. I can't move out of my parents' house. I'm a grown man and I can buy whatever I want. It's Kevin Nash. So that's a wrap on today's episode. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back reviewing some Razor Ramon figures.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I am Maximum Croonage. I'd like to thank the Reverend G-Mile for joining me today. And have us on.
Peace.